Both the past and the future are so uncertain that even the most experienced people give explanations that leave us doubtful about what the truth really is. No one can say for sure about these two. The confusing future and countless doubts aside, the fear of ghosts still manages to make anyone's voice tremble, even a little. No matter how much logic or science one relies on, no one can confidently say they wouldn't feel fear if faced with something supernatural. Many say ghosts don't exist, but even those who don't believe can't swear they never feel afraid. Since childhood, most of us have heard ghost stories tied to banyan trees, graveyards, cremation grounds, or old houses. From reading ghost stories in childhood, many people grow curious whenever they hear of eerie places. Others dismiss it as a product of weak minds. But this is not just limited to local places. It's worth asking, do such hauntings exist even in developed, wealthy countries? When it comes to technology, science, and modernity, the United States is often named first. Yet even there, ghosts are said to roam not just anywhere, but in the residence of the country's leader. Hard to believe, but the White House is one of the most famous haunted buildings with countless ghost stories tied to it. Of course, back when these hauntings were reported, the White House wasn't as heavily guarded as it is today. East Room. President John Adams and First Lady Abigail Adams lived in the White House. At that time, Washington, D.C. was a swampy little town. The East Room was the warmest place in the house, so Abigail used it to dry laundry. After her death, many claim to have seen her rushing through the East Room, carrying laundry to hang. Some staff have reported the smell of wet clothes and soap there. Among the White House ghosts, Abigail Adams's is said to be the oldest. President William Taft was the first to report seeing her. In 2002, some tourists claimed they also saw Abigail's ghost on the East Room balcony. Lincoln Bedroom, the most famous White House ghost, is believed to be President Abraham Lincoln. Many staff members have felt his presence at night. Former First Lady Grace Coolidge once said she saw Lincoln standing at a window in the Oval Office. Winston Churchill also claimed to have seen him by the fireplace in the Lincoln Bedroom, and refused to sleep there afterward. Later, other presidents including Teddy Roosevelt, Herbert Hoover, and Dwight Eisenhower, and First Ladies like Jackie Kennedy and Lady Bird Johnson, as well as presidential children like Susan Ford and Maureen Reagan, also reported seeing Lincoln's ghost near the fireplace. Some say the lights in the Lincoln Bedroom would sometimes turn on by themselves, or the temperature would suddenly drop. During Lincoln's presidency, his son Willie died in the White House, and Willie's spirit has also been seen. Perhaps that's why President Harry Truman once told his wife, "I live in a haunted house." Rose Room. The Rose Room was a favorite of President Andrew Jackson. Staff have claimed to hear his loud laughter and heavy breathing there. The Yellow Oval Room. This was Lincoln's private library and a favorite spot. People often report seeing him standing by the window. Grace Coolidge also claimed to have seen him there. North Entrance. Sometimes guards have reported seeing watchmen at the North Entrance, who were long dead. One of the most frequently seen spirits is Anna Surratt, who is said to appear there, pleading for her mother's release after her mother's execution following Lincoln's assassination in 1865. Attic William Henry Harrison, the president with the shortest term, died of pneumonia shortly after taking office. His ghost is said to haunt the White House attic. Several later presidents reported hearing strange noises from there. Truman's security guard once swore he heard a voice saying, "I am Burns," repeatedly. The story goes that David Burns, the man who owned the land on which the White House was built in 1790, still roams the house. Staff claim to still hear the voice saying, "I am Burns," moving from room to room. Rose Garden. The Rose Garden is where presidential press conferences are held. It was first created by First Lady Dolly Madison in the 18th century. A century later, First Lady Ellen Wilson ordered it removed, but staff reported seeing Dolly's spirit wandering through it. These ghost stories about the White House are widely told. Presidents from Teddy Roosevelt, Herbert Hoover, and Dwight Eisenhower, two First Ladies Jackie Kennedy and Lady Bird Johnson, and even children of presidents like Susan Ford and Maureen Reagan all reported eerie experiences. But President Obama's response was different. Early in his presidency, he was asked if any former presidents had given him advice. Obama replied, "Yes. I've met with former presidents." When asked again if any dead presidents had advised him, he laughed and said, "No, I haven't met any of them yet. Many people believe these are just hallucinations." Still, what's the harm in believing? As the saying goes, with belief, one finds meaning. With argument, only endless debate.